but is that Dave Eckler?
Yes, Tom, how are you? Hi, everybody.
Good. I apologize if I dropped the ball on getting you the call-in number.
You didn't.
Only by about 2 minutes, Tom. So.
I usually like to give somebody a little bit more lead time, but well, your timing is perfect because we just finished up with the first topic tonight. We were going to give you some extra times and move to our third topic, but Mr. Herbst, you'll have to wait. I get the feeling that this board and Mr. Eckler, Dave Eckler, have a lot more knowledge of the background of this property on 4 Mile Creek than I have. So,
Is this the same Mr. Eckler that worked for DEC?
Yeah.
That would be my brother Jim.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I don't
Family member.
yeah.
Yeah, this is Dave Eckler, brother Jim, and the property that we're talking about is Ronald Eckler, my father, who had passed away 2017.
That's where McMahon LaRue was.
I beg your pardon?
I said the McMahon LaRue building was an Eckler property, I believe, correct?
Yes.
You don't have a microphone, so I don't think that...
I do have a
Oh, you
microphone.
do? Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
mic'd
Yes,
up.
I think you're correct.
Okay, well, I've heard so many different stories and renditions over the years of he said, she said, and there was talk of buying this property and for your dad, Dave, and, you know, of course, when I went to see any paper trail of emails, there really is none. So it was all nice talk, and because I kind of have a philosophy that I think people in town are starting to figure out, I really don't want to hear the past story if there is no paper trail on it, because it really can't be corroborated. So not to be flippant, but we're on May 28th, 2020. So to me, this is a startup situation of about a 20-acre piece of property. Am I right on that?
18.1.
That abuts 4 Mile Creek, that the Friends of Webster Trails have told me that they would really like to see the town get. But I don't have a dog in the fight from the past discussions of whether the town was going to pay $1 for it or $1 billion. And it really doesn't matter because it's May 28th, 2020. And let's talk.
All right, maybe a little bit of history. Is that okay, Tom, if I do a little bit of
Sure,
history?
you'd probably be helping me out more than the board, but maybe you guys and gals don't know the whole thing.
Yeah. Way back in 2007, when I sat on the Parks and Rec Advisory Board, the Friends of Webster Trail approached this piece of property with the intention of extending the 4 Mile Creek Trail. At that time, Supervisor Nesbitt and my father shared an appraisal in 2007. I would say the value that came out of the appraisal and the offer of the town, which was only a handshake verbal offer. There was no paper trail. It was not enough for my dad to sell the property at that time. In 2018, very quickly, the school district showed an interest in placing a outdoor classroom on the property if the property was done and the trail was extended. That reopened discussions with Supervisor Nesbitt, Carmen Gamina, and myself. Again, there was no paper trail. After Dad's passing in 2017, the estate certainly would like to start talking about this again, whether the school district's involved or not, and the sale of the Brucker property has pretty much brought this up to our attention. That's the path right there.
Can I ask you a question? 4 Mile Creek is a very large watershed. Where is this property specifically?
Just east of Phillips Road. East of Phillips, east of the property we just bought.
Okay.
Northeast of the property we just bought.
All right, thank you.
And at the very end of the property is the 4 Mile Creek Trail. It would extend the trail another, I don't know how many yards.
So it's by Bob O'Neill's and Gordy Nitch, that way?
Yes.
Okay.
The issue is how we would pay for it.
I don't know if everybody could hear Councilman Abbott on what he just said, or asked. Well, if it's $1, it's not, I'll lend the town the $1 bill, right?
I know Dave, he's not gonna, they're not gonna let it go for $1.
We don't have to talk about it anymore, right?
Dave, were you not offered the assessed value for that property?
My father was offered the assessed value for that property in 2007, yes, and he turned it down.
And I know that in your early description, you said there was an appraisal done. This is a common misconception. I just want to make sure we don't have a semantic issue. An appraisal is done by a third-party firm. An assessment is obviously the tax assessor saying that's what its tax value is. Very different thing.
There was an appraisal done.
Thank you, Charlie.
I looked at the cost of the appraisal. Mr. Eckler decided he did not. The deal was going to be that we got an appraiser. The both parties agreed on. Mark Reisberger was representing Mr. Eckler. We did have a contract, but it was never signed by Mr. Eckler. That instituted us signing contracts always the second time because this one was not signed. In any event, the appraisal came out. I can't remember what the figure was, and the appraisal came out to a number, and Mr. Eckler decided there was not enough money, and that's the bottom line. But there was an appraisal. It was not based on the assessment.
When was that appraisal done? 07? Okay.
And obviously, well,
There's been some increase in property.
it probably went down at first when the 08,
Right.
debacle happened, and then it's come back up. But once again, and Dave, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I got the feeling that the point of reference of cost per acre was going to be derived from the Brucker property, and I don't know if that's an apples to apples comparison at all. I just don't know.
Sorry, Tom, I agree with you. It's not an apples-to-apples comparison. I think the question is really pretty easy. How do we pursue this again?
Get a new appraisal.
I'd start with a new appraisal for sure.
Yeah.
They just got a baseline.
It would have,
Anybody want to share the cost?
sure there will.
The cost of the appraisal, I think, is what he's saying.
Town paid for it the last time.
The town paid for it?
I believe so.
Bill, you got an incredible memory if you can remember that from 13 years ago.
Charlie would know that.
Yeah, but I don't know
The
what I had
town
for
was the
breakfast.
cost. It was paid half by Eckler, half by the town.
There you go.
Half and half. Well, I would propose we do the same this time. If Dave wants to move forward, that would be my suggestion.
Charlie, do you remember, and Bill, how was the appraiser picked?
We came to an agreement. I can't remember. As a matter of fact, I was trying to look for the file this week, and apparently it's gone. I mean, it was 13 years old. It
Yes.
was destroyed
It
because
was,
there
it
was
was an
no
appraiser
action
that
done
was
on it.
agreed to by both parties.
So we don't have the appraisal anymore. But
Dave's father,
the two parties
attorney,
decided
agreed
on
to
it. Or maybe the two attorneys. I can't recall. We came to an agreement as to who the appraiser would be. It was a neutral appraiser. Of course, the town doesn't hire an appraiser, in and of itself. We have different appraisers for our services and for the assessment matters. But in any event, I don't think the appraisal itself cost a lot of money.
I guess not.
But
I mean, it's empty land, is that correct? Am I missing something here?
It's all wooded.
No, it's all wooded. There are,
Right.
there's
So
an old, there's old stone bridge back there. There's some old cars that have been there forever and ever.
Really?
Somewhere in there, in Webster, there's 3 old flour mills, and if I'm not mistaken, that area was possibly one of them.
Okay.
The other one was up on Basket Road to the east side towards Schlegel. We found the foundation of that one.
well, let's talk about the sharing of the cost of the appraisal. Is that acceptable to you?
I'm not
Tom, do
adverse
you have
to
that
it.
map?
I do not have the map in my possession unless it's an emailed one that I can.
There's one
go
in the
back to.
email, and that's what I've been trying to
There's
find.
one in the email Dave sent?
Yes.
Uh,
I guess, Dave, are you willing to share the cost of the appraisal?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Do you have your attorney willing to meet with us to get an appraisal you both agree on?
Yes, we can.
Or do you want to do it yourself?
You know what? If you guys are not currently using any appraisers, we can shop for appraisers. It's up to you guys.
I'm waiting for direction from the supervisor.
Well, I'm thinking that an appraisal on a single-family residence is around $300 to $400. On a blank piece of land, 20 acres,
They're probably gonna charge you the standard rate.
you know, yes.
In 2007, the appraisal cost $1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's right behind Bob and Gordy's, okay.
I picked the wrong profession.
Nice.
Be an appraiser.
How much?
Well, I think
$1,000 in 2007, so that was more of a commercial appraisal. Interesting.
The piece of property has a right of way to Lake Road, in case anybody, and of course it contains the creek.
Is the right of way defined by meets and bounds?
You know where it is, okay.
You wanna see it?
Here it is.
They sent us a map. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is defined by meets and bounds? The right of way?
We're not, you know, I think everybody, and I don't want to put words in the board's mouth, but Charlie, you're on the call, I'm glad you are. If Charlie can get with the Eckler estate or your attorney, Dave, whoever controls that land, and agrees on an appraiser, finds out what the cost is gonna be,
Yep.
then we can, you know, we're open to it, but, you know, on the same token, and I don't wanna trip over a dollar to pick up a dime, that surprised me that it was $1,000 13 years ago. They did that as a commercial appraisal, which, yes, that it's not residential, but
It's not commercial.
I just didn't think of it.
Well, is it zone commercial, I wonder? No?
I'm using the word commercial,
Yeah.
there's only residential.
In commercial, right.
Commercial, you know, but
I wonder why they
it's a
used-
little different than zone. But,
Microphone.
and then really, I don't think, Bill, we have to even get to second base on how are we paying for the land? Because we don't even know if the land, if we're gonna share in the cost of the appraisal. If we do, then what it appraises for. And last time, what it appraised for, if I hear the story correctly, Dave's father wasn't willing to sell it for that.
Correct.
This could be deja vu. Maybe the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, Dave. I hope you'd be proud of that if you know, that the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
I'm sure he has some sort of value that he wants for the land. You want to share that with us, Dave?
Well, I'm sure he does.
Tom, the difference is that you're answering to Dad's estate now. You're answering to his children, of which I am one of his 2 executors, and there are 4 children involved. So it's certainly something we have to pursue because the estate wants to close. We want to finish this project, and certainly want this to happen as much as possible. So the answer would be, you're not talking with Ron anymore, but you are talking with his 4 children.
I got you.
Yep.
They must have some idea how much they want for the land.
Bill, I don't mind your question, and if Dave wants to offer that up, that's his prerogative, but I gotta tell you, not to be unemotional, it doesn't really matter to me. Unless it's $1 billion, and even if the land appraises for $1 billion, we're not buying it. Or are we, Bill?
Hey, Bill, I really appreciate your question. Thank you very much. Guys, the assessed value is $55,400.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bill asked, what's your family looking for, and Dave answered what the assessed value is. I don't know if those are 2 mutually exclusive question answers, or if I can interpret that Dave is saying they're kind of looking for the assessed value. How's that $100,000?
If you want it,
100,000 for the property.
He said it's assessed for $55,000.
Is that per acre?
Better, if it's $55,000 per acre, then it's assessed for $1 million.
The 55 acre, it better have oil on it.
No, 55 5,500, I thought that was the.
No, I think you said it's assessed for 55,000
Oh, no, he said 55,400.
55,000.
Yes,
It's
the
55,000.
tax roll
I'm
has,
sorry.
the tax rolls have it at 55.4.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm glad you corrected me on that.
I think we move
Is
forward
that,
with,
Mr. Eckler, is that the fair market or full value, or is that the assessed value? Because we're not at full market value
that's the
here.
thing, is that we're about 50%. Hey,
No, we're at 77,
We're
but
at 77.
it should say on the tax bill. The tax bill has both the assessment and it has the full market value.
Yep.
Actually, I apologize.
tillable?
That is what the assessed value is.
I know.
That's the assessed value, not the full market value.
Correct.
Okay.
I found the tax bill, guys, the full market value, I see it says 71 here.
How much?
71%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
71,000.
71,000.
Yeah,
That's about right.
yeah, and I said 50 because I've been in the assessment office too much, there's a residential rate, and whatever. All right, strike from the record what I still,
Let's just do the
let's,
appraisal.
Charlie,
Get
you know,
appraisal, move
work
forward.
with Dave's attorney and let's pick out an appraiser and see what the cost is, we come back here
The
and,
estate's attorney.
you know, if we get to that point, Bill, then we say, okay, well, this might happen, then we should start talking about how we pay for it.
We can walk and chew gum at the same time.
I just don't, I don't know.
I'll get an appraisal off it, move forward with that part of it, anyhow.
Yeah, right.
I think that's what we're doing.
Yep.
All in favor?
All right.
Charlie, I'll get with you later on this to, you know, and
I
David.
still didn't get the name of the attorney.
Oh,
Randisi, Weinstein or Randisi?
Okay. Which one of them?
Randisi, Elizabeth Randisi.
I know, I know who she is. Yeah, she's been before the Board of Assessment Review.
Yes. And does Charlie have my contact information, guys?
No, why don't you have her contact me? My name's in the book, and she can reach me at my Webster email, and we can talk. So I want to talk to the board about this anyway. Not an open line or not. You know, I want to discuss this with them maybe in executive session. So before we go any further, but you can certainly have Elizabeth contact me. Okay.
Very good. That's a good start, guys. I appreciate it.
and thanks for being understanding about getting the number 2 minutes before the meeting there.
We're all good. I hope to see you guys very soon at various meetings around town.
All right, Dave.